Having a real estate marketing plan as an agent is the cornerstone of your business because you need to generate leads. However, most agents struggle with creating a well-rounded marketing plan that's easy to follow, that's clear, and that you can just know what to do on an ongoing basis that doesn't take a ton of time, but starts to generate predictable, consistent leads. But today, that's going to change. So today I've got the pleasure of bringing on Adam Gillespie, who in my opinion is the most knowledgeable person when it comes to coaching agents on how to effectively and practically leverage artificial intelligence and ChatGPT to scale their business and close more deals. And in this complete tutorial, by the end of it, you're not only going to have a complete marketing plan as a realtor, but also that marketing plan is going to encompass YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and also, most importantly, how to leverage your CRM to not just nurture, but also convert the leads that you're going to be generating. Now, one quick thing before bringing on Adam to do this mind-blowing tutorial is that he also has a free 90-minute masterclass where he breaks down some of the most unbelievable practical demonstrations of how you can use ChatGPT to accelerate your business, eliminate the need for a virtual assistant, and save thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours. So if you would like that free training, just drop a comment below, say free training. We'll make sure that you get that because it is incredible when you see what this wizard can do with artificial intelligence. So without further ado, let's show you and make sure by the end of this video, you have a crystal clear real estate marketing plan as an agent so that you can start to scale your personal brand, generate more leads, and ultimately close more deals.
Imagine having a digital marketing expert right at your fingertips, ready to craft the perfect plan for your real estate business. Well, today I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT to create exactly that, which is going to elevate your presence on all of your social media platforms of your choice. Hey everyone, I'm Adam Gillespie, and I help realtors like you level up their game by the responsible and ethical use of AI and proper implementation of the CRMs. So without any further ado, let's get right into today's tutorial. All right, guys, so here we are inside of ChatGPT 4.0. Brand new chat, nothing programmed in, and we're going to be using some of what we learned on the previous videos to implement this here. So first and foremost, we got to put our prompt in, right? So I built this prompt for you guys, and this prompt I kind of outlined a little bit different, so that way you guys can see kind of the methodology behind prompting properly inside of ChatGPT, okay? So first and foremost here, we have the role, right? We want to give ChatGPT a role that we want to tell it how it's going to act for this given chat, right? We're training a chat to become the expert in what we want it to do. So in this situation, the role is going to say that you're going to assume the role of an expert marketing company specializing in the real estate industry. Now, I don't stop there, right? I'm going to go deeper than that, because if you just tell ChatGPT to assume the role that it's an expert marketer in the real estate industry, that doesn't really give ChatGPT any direction on which marketer's the best, right? So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to include some examples. So what I did is I said that you have the talent of the top real estate marketing agencies such as InBeat Webtonic, Relate, Blink Marketing Agency, InMotion Real Estate, Thrive Internet Marketing Agency, and Chatterbuzz. And these are actually some of the top real estate marketing agencies out there. But what happens is when I give this information to ChatGPT, it now has an area of reference to understand what I mean when I say, hey, you're going to act as the expert marketing company that specializes in real estate, and you're going to have the knowledge of these companies, right? So it gives it more context to be able to fulfill that role that we're giving it in a more detailed manner, okay? And then next to that is the goal, right? So we always want to set a goal for the chat with ChatGPT so it knows where we're trying to go with this, right? We've given it a role, so it's like, great, I'm a digital marketer, but what are we here to do today, right? So your goal is to read my business information provided in an uploaded PDF and help me create the ultimate marketing plan for my business. Now, this is going to be that learn my business prompt that we talked about last call or on the last video, right? So you've got that already all saved up and saved in a PDF. And now what we're going to do is just upload that, right? So from there, we've given it the role. It's the digital expert. It's a digital marketing expert. We've given it the goal, and now we want to give it its area of focus, right? Because it knows it's going to be a digital marketing expert, and it knows that we want it to help us create the ultimate marketing plan. But what about the focus? Like, what in that marketing plan, right? So here's where you guys can customize this to whatever your goals and focus are. So whether that's print marketing, farming, door knocking, I mean, I guess door knocking, farming is the same thing, but like print marketing or digital marketing, whatever social media outlets that are on your pillar of business, you can put in right here inside these brackets. So for me, it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Google, right? Keeping it pretty simple here for you guys. Now, next is going to be the process that I want ChatGPT to take. So this is a little bit more advanced in the prompting because I'm giving it a sequence of steps that I want it to take throughout this prompt to give us the achieved result, right? So step one is to take your time and read the prompt carefully to ensure your understanding, okay? So I'm having ChatGPT go back and read that prompt again and make sure it gets everything. And I like to add that in when we have kind of longer prompts, which this isn't really a super long prompt, but it's long enough to where I want it to double check its work and just make sure that it's fully understanding it. Step two is he's going to review all the uploaded docs and commit it to its memory. Step three, it's going to research the web for the most up-to-date marketing techniques and double check for accuracy. So we're doubling down on checking and making sure that ChatGPT is not hallucinating in this prompt or giving us misinformation. And then step four is before you start, ask me any clarifying questions to ensure you fully understand the project. So this is absolutely key, guys, because we want to make sure that ChatGPT fully understands the project. So that way it's not going to go off into left field and then we have to spend that time reeling it back in. So it's going to ask us clarifying questions that it has before it goes on and starts to create this marketing plan for us. Okay. Once, wait till the questions are answered and then take all the information provided and create a marketing plan outline. So once we give it all those information and we clarify those questions, it's going to create an outline based on our area of focus. And then it's going to wait for feedback and then be prepared to go through the marketing plan step by step to build out a content calendar, then daily tasks that will achieve our timeline goals. So basically what this is going to do is it's going to take you step by step through the process. And at the end of this, we're going to be making a script for our first video. So this is going to be pretty life-changing for the business, in my opinion. If you've been struggling with content, this is going to be the answer that you've been looking for. Okay. So let's just go ahead and send this prompt through and see how ChatGPT responds. So it says, understood. Go ahead and upload the PDF document with your business information. Once I have that, I'll review it thoroughly and with any clarifying questions. Okay. We could have attached that there. We actually probably should have, but I was just so excited about the prompt that we went ahead and sent it through. So what we're going to want to do now is upload that document that we went through in the last video there. So mine is My Business Explained. Okay. And this is once again just a document of all those questions answered and that summary of what our business core mission is and our values and all of that good stuff. So I'm going to send that through. It's going to read that. It says, hey, thanks for providing the detailed information about your business. Before I proceed with developing a comprehensive marketing plan, I have a few clarifying questions to ensure I fully understand. And look at this, man. It gave us a list of questions, right? So it's wanting to be thorough on this, right? And these questions are pretty good questions. So check it out. Let's see what it is. First, your current online presence. Can you provide the details on your existing online presence, such as your website URL, social media handles, and any active YouTube or other content channels? Number two, how often do you currently create and publish content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Google? Do you have a content team or do you handle this personally? Budget, what's in your budget for paid advertising on these platforms? Okay, per month or year, right? Metrics, what specific metrics are you currently tracking to measure the success of your marketing efforts? So if you're not running ads yet and you're like, Adam, I don't have answers to these questions. Well, we're just going to tell them that we don't have it at that point in time and it's going to still be able to create this plan for us. Okay. So are there any specific tools or platforms you're currently using for your marketing efforts, like a specific CRM, email marketing tools, social media management platforms, all of that good stuff? Target audience details. Can you provide more detailed demographic and psychographic information about your target audience on each platform? For example, do you find certain types of content to perform better with different segments of your audience? So this is going beyond the target audience that we talked about in the My Business section. It knows what our target audience there, but now it's saying, hey, what more of the psychographics and information about on the platform and what do you see as more successful? So once again, if you haven't started doing this yet, then you'll just say, I don't have that information at this time because I'm brand new, right? Or I haven't started doing this yet. And then content preferences. What types of content have you found to be the most engaging for your audience? You know, property tours, educational videos, community highlights, and then your competitor analysis. Are there any specific competitors whose marketing strategies you admire or wish to differentiate yourself from? So here we're going to do some competitor analysis right there as well. And then if you have any partnerships, can you elaborate on the partnerships and collaborations you have with other businesses? How do these partnerships currently play a role in your marketing? And then your timeline and goals. What are your specific timeline and goals for this marketing plan? Are there any key milestones or events that you're aiming to align with, e.g. like the Atlas Alliance Summit, guys, right? It's going to be a huge, huge event. So we can add that into our marketing plan if we know that we have something big coming up, right? So once I have answers to these questions, I can proceed with creating a detailed marketing plan to tailor your needs and objectives. So let's just go through it and answer this, right? Because I've already pre-answered a couple of other questions, but I want to go through this raw for you guys so you can see exactly how it's done. And I'm going to do it pretty simple because I understand that a lot of you guys might not have this stuff dialed in yet, which is why you're watching this tutorial. So we may not have answers to these questions. So I'm going to purposely kind of answer some of these questions more vaguely or not at all, just so we can see what ChatGPT does. Okay. And then how we can still get our results, even though we weren't able to answer all of the clarifying questions. So your current online presence, can you provide details on your presence, such as your website URL, social media handles, and any active YouTube or content channels, right? So we could go through and we could nab all of our URLs for our content channels, but really what I want ChatGPT to be doing is helping us build that plan. So my current online presence, I'm going to say, is pretty minimal. I only have a few followers on all of my social media channels. So what I'm going to say across all platforms, I have less than 5,000 followers. All right, and once again, that's pretty that's pretty vague. Right? There's not much detail in that. It doesn't know what followers we have on each platform. So it may try to re-clarify with us to find out what that follower count looks like. Okay. And then going into content creation, how often do you currently create and publish content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Google? Do you have a content team to handle this personally? Guys, I'm doing 2 videos a week right now, which is the bare minimum. And I do have a content team, but let's say that you don't, and that we're not doing any videos, right? So let's say none at the moment, but I want to do 2 per week. Let's see, none at the moment. We want to do 2 per week, and I have a team, and no team, right? So we're going to say no team. Okay. And then, oops, I did not mean to send that through. So let's go ahead and stop that. If you guys ever accidentally hit enter and send that through before you're done, just stop it real quick, because that prevents it from gathering up a bunch more tokens. And then we can continue to edit this and send this back through. And it's like we never ever sent that prompt through prematurely. So going on to number 3, our budget. What's your budget? Let's keep it simple, right? Let's say I only have $600 to spend throughout the month for the across all platforms. Okay. So we're going to say $600 per month. With all platforms, or I should say total. Okay, because we don't want it to think we have $600 a month for each platform. So let's go to number 4, metrics. What specific metrics? I don't have any at the moment, right? I'm just getting started. So let's just say none at the moment. Okay. And then let's move on to the next question here. Number 5, tools and platforms. Are there any specific tools that you're currently using for your marketing efforts? Yeah. I'm using an awesome Lofty software because Lofty's awesome for our CRM. That's about it, right? I'm not using much other than that. I mean, some people are using other email marketing tools and stuff like that. And if you are, just go ahead and put that in there. But like I said, I'm going to keep it simple for this one here because I want to get through this so you guys can see the gold. Target audience detailed, right? So do you find certain types of content to perform better with different segments of your audience? I'm going to once again keep this really simple. I want you guys to go into detail with this so that way you get a better output, right? I'm going to still show you that you can get an amazing output out of this, but the deeper you go with this, the better off you're going to be. So please don't do what I'm doing right now and keeping it as short and simple as this, because you'll still get results, but we want you to get the best results, right? And I just don't want to bore you guys on the CRM by watching me try to type out these long drawn out things, right? So certain types of content perform better, like, yeah, educational videos. right? So that's what I'm going to go ahead and say on that. And then number 7, content preference. What type of content? This goes right back into that. So we'll just say, you know, property tours, educational videos. That seems to be what works the best for me. Those property tours can actually kill pretty good sometimes. So let's see. So educational videos and property tours. All right. And then let's go to number 8. Almost done. Competitor analysis. I'm just going to say none. Not at the moment, because I don't have all of that data pulled up. This is something where you want to go, you know, research your competitors and then bring that information into ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT can give you a real competitor analysis, which, you know, is a very valuable thing to have. So I would encourage you guys to go down that path for sure. And if you don't know who your competitors are, then, you know, search up YouTube for the same kind of videos that you're creating and you'll find them. They'll be there. I guarantee it. Partnerships. Can you elaborate on the partnerships and collaborations you have with other businesses, and how do these partnerships currently play a role in your marketing? Well, let's just say that you don't, you know, unless you have like a lender partnership or something like that, you could put that in there, but we're going solo for the moment. So let's just say none. Okay. And then last but not least, timeline and goals. What's your specific timeline and goals for this marketing plan? Well, I would like to readjust my marketing plan every quarter, half a year, but not much more than that, because things just change so rapidly in this environment that it's always good to revisit, right? So let's just say quarterly. Okay. All right. Now let's send this through and see what happens here. All right, it says, thank you for the detailed answers. Well, they really weren't that detailed, but okay. Based on your response and the information you provided in the PDF, I'm going to outline a comprehensive marketing plan for focusing on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Google. Here's the initial marketing plan outline. So this is going to give us the outline first, right? So basically it says, hey, number 1, goal setting strategy. We want to set your short-term goals for the next 1 to 2 years. And these goals will be increase social media following by 50% within 6 months, generate 20 qualified leads per month, increase website traffic by 25% within 6 months. Long-term goals, which is 5 years and beyond, you can establish your brand as the top real estate team in Denver, Colorado. Build a large team of agents known for transparency and client satisfaction, and become the go-to resource for the real estate education and consultation in Denver. You guys, this read that whole business plan that we created, right? So it knows what these goals were based on that document. So it's spitting out highly tailored answers that are absolutely custom to us. And that's what makes this so powerful, right? So moving on, audience analysis, demographics, right? Late 20s to retirement age, income levels, 6-figure incomes, occupation, predominantly blue collar workers, first-time home buyers, right? Most of them are blue collar. Not saying that rich people don't buy their first homes, but predominantly, you know, blue collar workers, and that's who I like to work with. So that's what I'm aiming for. Our psychographics, our values are going to be financial security and family oriented. I'm a family man. I got 2 kids and a wonderful wife, and I'm super family oriented. So targeting those psychographics just, you know, helps my vibe attract my tribe, right? And that's what we want to do for you guys. Home ownership, community involvement, and practical advice are of the interest, right? Number 3 is our content strategy. So here we go. We're getting into the good stuff. So we're going to do educational videos that provide tips on home buying, selling, financial planning, and credit improvement. Property tours that showcases properties in the Denver metro area and northeastern Colorado. See, it knows I want to expand out to where I got my ranch, right? Community highlights feature local businesses, events, and neighborhood insights. They're going to do 2 YouTube videos per week. They want 3 to 5 posts on Facebook and Instagram per week, so you can repurpose your YouTube content plus additional posts. You guys can see how powerful this is, right? Like, this is literally following some of the best YouTube influencers and their marketing plans and repurposing content. So it clearly knows what it's done. We've trained it right, okay? Google, weekly blog posts or updates on My Google Business. So we're even going to hit My Google Business, which I think is one of the most underrated forms of social media right now. Your Google My Business page is everything, and it's where most people go. Probably even you, when you're looking at somebody that you don't know or like or trust yet, and just kind of see what other people are saying. So super important to really pay attention on that. Now, going down further, we're going to dive deeper here. YouTube, platform-specific strategies, right? So optimize videos for SEO with relevant keywords, titles, and descriptions. Create engaging thumbnails and use end screens to promote other videos. Encourage subscribers and engagement with CTAs and calls to action. Facebook, utilize ads on Facebook to target specific demographics. Engage with followers through comments, messages, and live sessions. And share client testimonials and success stories. High quality visuals on Instagram and stories to showcase properties and educational content. Leverage the reels for short engaging clips, and utilize relevant hashtags and location tags. So as you can see, this outline is just building a really detailed plan for us. And if we were to just take this and follow on this, like, I mean, you're still on a better path than we were before we were sitting in the unknown, right? So with Google, we're going to run Google ads. We're going to keep my Google business profile updated with regular posts and reviews. And this one's really important because Google pays attention to that. And, you know, if your business is inactive on Google and you're not posting and you're not doing updates and you're not getting reviews, then they're not going to think you're an active business, and you probably won't show up in those search results unless somebody searches directly for you, right? But we want to be very active on there so people search real estate agent in Denver and my name pops up, right? So our budget allocation is $600 for the month. They want us to spend $150 on YouTube ads, Facebook ads $200, Instagram ads $100, and Google ads $150. When it comes to YouTube ads, I think that's a little bit of a different strategy. Advertising on YouTube can mess up your channel depending on how you do it. So I would absolutely advise to pay attention to Mike Sherrard's advice on that because he's the YouTube master. But once again, it's there in case we want to try it. Okay. So metrics and analytics. So they want us to track our follower growth on social media and report back videos, likes, shares, comments, YouTubes, all of that good stuff. Okay. It says, hey, use Lofty to track and manage leads and bring those into Lofty. So we'd obviously be plugging Lofty into the back of all this stuff. And then here we go. Content calendar, right? Monthly themes. Week 1, home buying tips. Week 2, property tours. Week 3, financial planning and credit improvement. And week 4, community highlights. Okay. Weekly schedule. Post an educational video on YouTube and share it on Facebook and Instagram. Wednesday, share a property tour on YouTube and create a short reel for Instagram. And then Friday, post a blog or an update on Google My Business and share community highlights on Facebook and Instagram. Okay. Engagement and community building. So now we can host a live Q&A session on Facebook and Instagram. We can encourage followers to share their own home buying experiences and create polls and surveys. So we're just getting this activity going to really put our presence out online in a consistent yet very versatile manner, right? And then feedback and continuous improvement, regular ask for feedback from clients, social media followers, and adjust your strategies. So moving on to the next steps, guys. We just reviewed the outline, okay? And we can provide any feedback. So let's say that you had some feedback on it and you're like, well, you know, I want to do 3 short reels per week and 2 long form YouTube videos per week. You could add that in here and then it could review the outline. But I think this one was pretty close. This was really detailed and put out there. So let's just roll with what this is for now and just kind of see where it guides us. Because once again, guys, this is the expert giving us the consultation, and we're just here to, you know, make sure it gets pointed in the right direction and see what we get. So what we're going to do is build out the content calendar. Okay. So let's, well, I'll just say, let's move on to the content calendar. And we can even be really nice and say, thanks, right? Always be nice to our robots there. We can even say, this is great. Because it is great. I couldn't have created that. And maybe I could have, but it would have taken a lot of research and hours and figuring out how to do this because I'm not a marketing expert, right? Like I'm a real estate agent. It's hard to become the marketing expert when I'm focused on real estate and all the changes going on with NAR right now. So let's see what it does when it creates our content calendar. All right, so here we go. We got the monthly themes. We got everything here. So week 1, let's go ahead and start here. Week 1, home buying tips. On Monday, you're going to do a YouTube video on the top 5 tips for first-time home buyers. And then you're going to share the YouTube video link with a brief description and a CTA for questions. Wednesday, another video on common mistakes to avoid when buying a home and create short reel highlighting the key points from the video. So we're basically repurposing that content. Friday, we do my Google business blog post and Facebook and Instagram sharing that blog post on there, right? And then it just goes down. Next week, we do a property tour. Okay. And then we do another video tour of a property in northeastern Colorado to mix it up. So it's created us this the first month worth of content that we can do. Okay. And then it basically gave us a content calendar example right here. And then it even created us daily tasks. Okay. So it says, hey, you know, respond to all the comments on social media forms. So put this in your calendar, right? Like engaging with followers, giving yourself a little bit of time to respond to comments and be engaged on social media as well. So as you can see, it's a full-fledged marketing plan. And now you've already got content ideas. You've got it scheduled out. You know exactly what needs to be done every day. And we can continue to come back to this and build on this because we're really this is a very short chat, right? We got it programmed really quickly, or trained really quickly. We gave it the information in very, very quickly. And now that most of it's just this outline. So we've got plenty of memory left in this chat to be able to go down even deeper. So, you know, you're probably sitting here thinking right now, like, hey man, that's awesome. I'm super glad that on Monday, we're going to do a video on the top 5 tips for first-time home buyers. But like, how do I create that? Right? Like what 5 tips should I use? I mean, if you can't think of the 5 tips yourself, then ChatGPT probably can. So what I want you to do is I want you to highlight this, right? We're going to highlight week 1. We're going to click this reply button again, and we're going to say, please create the video outline for week 1. And watch what happens, guys. All right, here we go. So here's the video outline for the week 1 of home buying tips. Top 5 tips for first-time home buyers. Here's your introduction. Briefly introduce yourself and your expertise on the real estate market. Briefly explain the purpose of the video. And here's your content. Getting pre-approved for a mortgage. Understanding your budget. Researching neighborhoods thoroughly. Hiring a knowledgeable real estate agent, aka you, and being prepared for the long haul, right? And then you got your conclusion, your recap. It gives you ideas on visuals and graphics. And then basically here it goes. It even went into Wednesday's video too. And Friday's video. So you can see we have all of these complete video outlines. And it gets even better, guys, because remember how I just taught you how to clone yourself into ChatGPT, right? So what you can do now is you can go ahead and say, let's create a script for the first video, right? It says, please create the script for the first video. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tell it to do that in my style. So please create the first script please create the script for the first video in my style or speaking style based on the uploaded example I attached to this prompt. Okay, now we're going to go back up. We're going to grab our speech examples. We're going to upload it there, and then we're going to send this through. All right, now here we go, guys, right? What's up, people? Adam Gillespie here, your straight shooting, no BS realtor with eXp Realty. Today, I'm excited to share some crucial tips for all you first-time home buyers out there. Buying a home is a big deal, and I'm here to make sure you do it right. So let's dive in, right? That sounds just like me, guys. Like, this is amazing, right? Like, we basically... Look at what we just did. We just created a complete marketing plan, and now I've got the script for the first video. So all I have to do is copy this, put it in my teleprompter, or you can remember it, or you can say, hey, this is a great way to give me an idea, and you can bullet point this and then just, you know, deliver it yourself without being on a script. Like Mike, he's unscripted. He does bullet points. Me, I'm scripted a lot of the times unless I'm doing a tutorial like this, and then clearly I ramble a lot, right? So I like to script, and you got to practice reading off that teleprompter to make sure it's delivered right and it doesn't sound like you're reading. But I mean, look at what it's putting out here, guys. Tip number 1, get pre-approved for a mortgage. I can't stress this enough, guys. Getting pre-approved not only gives you a clear idea of your budget, but it also makes a more attractive buyer. Sellers love knowing that you're serious. So to get pre-approved, you're going to need to gather your financial documents like your pay stubs, your bank statements, and tax returns, and then talk to a lender. Trust me, this step can save you a lot of headaches down the road, right? So, and then it goes into tip number 2. So one thing that we notice about this is that for YouTube long form content, this was pretty short. Okay. So we're going to expand on this, right? Now, when you work with ChatGPT, a lot of the times it makes things short like this because we're having it create so much information at once, right? So now I want to show you guys a technique called chunking, where we chunk this down into each tip, and we're going to expand on each tip until we have a full-blown script where this thing being read off of a teleprompter after editing is probably going to be 20 to 30 minutes long, right? So it fits right into that long-form content. So let's do this. Let's go right over to here to tip number 1. We're going to highlight that and say, please expand on tip number 1. And let's do this, because one thing that I've noticed with ChatGPT a little bit lately is that even if I'm highlighting this reply section, it's going to try to write out all the tips again. So we're going to say, please expand on tip number 1 only at the moment, right? Or you don't even have to say at the moment, just say only at this time or whatever, right? So let's go ahead and put that through. And then here we go. Expanded script for tip number 1. So it went ahead and rewrote my intro. See, like it likes to do that. But here we go. Check out to what we've got here. Okay. So it copied this. So we definitely have some sort of an error going on with ChatGPT. Let me read this real quick. Let's look at this. Okay, so the camera turns on Adam sitting casually. You could ignore these things too, but it's just trying to give you ideas. But here's our intro, right? And then this one, it repeats itself. So we just got to watch out for that. But this is kind of cool because of the way it sets it up, right? Tip number 1, getting pre-approved for a mortgage. I can't stress this enough. Getting pre-approved not only gives you a clear idea of your budget, but it also makes you a more attractive buyer. Sellers love knowing you're serious. So, all right, let's break this down. What exactly does it mean to get pre-approved for a mortgage, and why is it so important? Well, getting pre-approved is basically a way for you to find out how much a lender is willing to let you borrow based on your financial situation. So as you can see, it's just going way deep into it, right? Then it's like, hey, here's how you do it. And then next you're going to want to shop around for lenders. And now, hey, why is it says the talking about getting your lender letter, right? So now why is the lender letter so crucial? Well, it gives you a clear idea of your budget. No more guessing and dreaming about houses that are way out of your price range, right? And then it says sellers want to know that any offers they receive are solid. So your pre-approval letter gives them that confidence. Plus, having this step done early in the process can save you a lot of headaches down the road. Imagine finding the perfect house, falling in love with it, and discovering you can't. Like, this is awesome. And then bam, one last thing, and then bam, that's tip number 1. Guys, look at what we got out of that once I just said, please expand on tip number 1. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is we're gonna go to tip number 2. Okay, so what I would do at this point in time, guys, is I would open up a document like a Word doc or a Google doc, and let's start copying this and pasting it in, right? So you copy that, paste that into your document. Copy that, paste that into your document. Do any little final edits that you want to do, like if it's saying, you know, if it didn't sound exactly like you and you'd rather change a word, this is the perfect opportunity to do that. But as we go through this and we keep copying and pasting this into our Google Doc, eventually we're going to have a full-fledged script there that you can just copy, put in your teleprompter, and bam, you're off to the races creating your first video, right? Now you just rinse and repeat this process for every other video coming up, and next thing you know, you've got a YouTube channel full of long form videos that are absolutely dialed and a marketing plan to back it up, so you can pump some ads behind it, or at least try to drive traffic to the website that's going to get them to those channels so they can learn to know, like, and trust you. Like, this is amazing, guys. This is absolutely amazing, and this is the power of ChatGPT that we have only had for a few years. So like I say, when I say 99% of agents are using this technology wrong, they are, because they're not using it like this. And now you know how to use it like this, so you're going to be way ahead of the pack. So I hope you guys got value from this. If you did, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. This does wrap up our 3-video series. I hope you guys got some value once again on this. And hey, come check me out on my channel, and we'll see you later.